Welcome back, Western Slope. Is it sweater weather yet?
Not for me personally. If you like your sweater to make you extra toasty, maybe breaking a sweat, sure.
I mean, you got a head start yesterday. What was that? It was a wonderful day in the neighborhood you were saying yesterday?
I wasn't saying that, but everyone was saying it at me repeatedly because I accidentally dressed up like Mr. Rogers.
It looked fine, but there's no need for it today as nice as it is.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Right.
Bernie has a positive spin on everything.
I'm trying to be positive. I'm sorry.
Look, I do have positive things in our forecast, though. Today, it's really sunny outside our America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. No surprises there. It's been calm, not any clouds to speak of whatsoever throughout the day. And we got back into those mid-60s. But there is rain and snow starting as soon as tomorrow afternoon and mostly overnight that I'll tell you about here in a moment. Let's focus on the moment. 60 degrees, clear skies at the airport, 6-mile-per-hour winds. Dew points aren't too noticeable. Those are going to start to jump up a little bit more. We've had this small layer of moisture that's going to be worked on as we move into tomorrow night. Our high for the day, 61 degrees, again back in those 60s. Not quite in that 10-degree above average range, but that was more exactly was our low, so a little bit above average there. 60, clear skies in Montrose, only 6-mile-per-hour winds, a good beautiful view of our mountains toward the southern valleys. Satellite radar, clear, not too much to speak of, but over towards our west, you're already starting to see a little bit of clouds start to pop up. Those aren't really going to make our way until we get later on in the day tomorrow. But this is going to be a significant system, particularly at elevation is where we're going to have our biggest concerns. So let's look at that here. 4 to 10 inches, that is a very big range over towards the Grand Mesa and all the way up into the Park Range. I think the Grand Mesa is going to be on the higher end of that because of the direction of this system. I'll show you here in a moment. The winter storm watch is what I really want to point out. That's only along the central portion of the divide, but that does include Vail Pass and Eisenhower Tunnel. Throughout the day on Friday and Thursday night, it's going to be hard to move in the mountains because of 40-mile-per-hour gusts. So if you do have weekend plans to head east, keep that in mind. Friday might not be the best day for it, and I do expect traffic delays. If you're here in the Grand Valley, though, Thursday during the day, you do have a chance, particularly in the early afternoon, of maybe a little bit of rain. But it really only starts to pick up once you get towards near sundown and then going throughout the morning, especially on Friday, and a little bit carrying on throughout the afternoon, too. So let's put a visual on that. This is our futurecast. Lots of clear skies throughout most of the day tomorrow. And then once you get into the early afternoon, clouds start to arrive. This is 1 p.m. The first band of this rain and snow starts to arrive. What the important thing is, though, I'm seeing a lot of these models stall out this front right here over towards our west, right along the border between Utah and us. So if you're heading west tomorrow, keep that in mind too. That's where our rainiest portions are going to be throughout the day. And this is 4 p.m. You're only seeing it move a little bit further east, and that's when you start to see that rain pick up a little bit on the western side of Mesa County. But it's not until you get towards, I'd say around 7 p.m., so close to when you're getting off work, that rain and snow really starts to jump up and then continues on throughout the evening. But if you're in Delta and Montrose, I think your chances are a bit higher during the day than us here in Grand Junction. So do keep that in mind. And of course, all the snow along the central portion of the divide, we're going to be very happy to see that up on the Grand Mesa. And it's going to keep going throughout the night. Again, Montrose, Ridgeway, Ouray, that snow is going to be a lot more frequent as we move throughout the evening. Potential for some more scattered opportunities as we get into the morning on Friday. But I do suspect it's going to come and go as we progress throughout the rest of the day for us here in Grand Junction. And then of course, this is the area where we're seeing those winter storm warnings. 40-mile-per-hour gusts at elevation. Here in Grand Junction, I think we're barely going to be hitting freezing. So we're going to be bouncing between rain and snow a lot as we get Thursday night into Friday. But snow is going to be a lot easier, of course, up in the mountains and over here towards Glade Park and near Montrose, where it's going to be just a few degrees lower. That actually allows that snow to start to build up a little bit more. Again, kind of leaning on the rainier end here in Junction. That's why this low pressure system is coming over from the west coast and then it splits in half, and that's why our system is going to be a little bit messy, especially down towards the San Juans. You're going to see a bit more variation, but no warnings issued for that area yet. The main place you're watching out for is along the divide if you're heading east along I-70. Tonight's lows 36 in Junction, 31 in Delta, 33 in Montrose, 27 up in Aspen. Our high tomorrow, again, I don't think those clouds move until the afternoon, so I still have us getting up to 55 degrees. And once you get to the weekend, we start to clear out. Plenty of sunshine next week, and we're going to return back into the 60s, so your outdoor plans aren't ruined forever.
The Road Report is